I don't really talk to any women. I focus on Valorant. No! Are these slurs that I've never heard of? Hoping, seething, molding. How? There definitely feels like there's been some kind of misrepresentation here. Or has there been a misinterpretation on top of that? Is there one person in this story who's mentally healthy, please? Personally, I feel like there's enough evidence here to say that there was a complicated emotional interaction. First document, let's go. So this is where the story starts, okay? Starts with this tweet. Hello, I want to bring to light some very important stuff involving Florescent and her disgusting behavior from the past year. Trigger warning, mentions of grape and essay. Oof. Saving that monetization. Okay. So that's a beginner at this first document then. Nice. New updated document that Brick made and gave me permission to post. We'll read that second. So let's see where things start. Hello. This post is to bring to light what Ava, Florescent, has done to one of the most important people in my life. Someone who deserves justice for what has happened and deserves the closure of people knowing what happened. I'm not doing this for internet points or clouts or impressions. I honestly do not give a f about that. I love this girl immensely and want people to know the truth. Okay, so they're dating. Cool. Oh my god. That's not good. That's not good. I'm sorry, I'm getting biased against this already, Gamma. Okay? I'm getting biased against this already. I'll see. I'll see if I can maintain it, okay? I'll see if I can maintain it. Okay. Interesting. I also knew Ava personally and was close to her at one point, so I have a lot of insight into her character, and honestly, none of this was ever surprising. She's an awfully vile person and very disgusting. This goes a lot deeper than what's in this doc, but due to personal choice from the girl, that will not come to light now. She's taken the time to compile a lot of things to back up the claims. So I guess the thing that I would wonder right now is, why are you compiling things to back up the claims as the document's being written? Why is this coming out now? Why does this need to like so urgently be put out before you've even got the evidence to back it up? Is, I guess, what I'd wonder. But we'll probably find that out as it goes through. Not liking the look of that though. But I want to let it be known this isn't a baseless case, and that there is so much more that will eventually come forward. But for now, I'm respecting her wishes and only talking about this. The only reason information is being withheld is because the victim needs time to properly assess what she wants to make public and what should stay personal, because this involves a real person that is still struggling. Please give her time to come forward with more. For anyone asking, Brick is a fake name to keep the girl's identity private still. On January 3rd, 2024, Brick, the girl, was by Ava, Florescent. This is a recollection of the events told from my perspective, and I double-checked everything to make sure it was a one-to-one recollection from the girl, just reiterated from my perspective. Why are you getting so involved with this? Okay. On January 3rd, 2024, Brick went to Ava's house. Brick knew it would end up being sexual because they talked about it days prior, and Brick had stated not wanting to do anything sexual, to which Ava stated, "All right then, I don't really want to see you," in response. But despite not wanting to be sexual, she still opted to go and get it over with because she just wanted to be with Ava. Huh? Okay, so she said that she wanted it to be, only wanted to basically have sex. She said, I don't want that. Sorry, okay, don't worry about it then. I just wanted to like hook up. Which, yeah, is maybe like girl behavior. But what? That's consent then. If you went there knowing you were going to have sex, that's consent to have sex. If I say to somebody, would you like to come over to my house? Only to have sex, though, and they say, not really, and then change their mind and decide they do want to come over, they might just want to spend time with me. But if I've said, I only want to have you over to have sex, it might be shitty to do, and it might be kind of like boyish, but it's not. Okay. Maybe slightly manipulative? I don't know. Okay. Brick told me that when she got to Ava's house, Ava had changed her phone password so she couldn't access it. Okay. Ava had claimed it was because she didn't want Brick to know where she lived. Ava had Ubered her there. Brick brushed it off, and soon after, Ava started initiating things to which Brick had consented and participated in. Okay. It then ended up turning into them having sex. And she told me she was in a lot of physical pain the whole time, kept telling Ava that it hurt, and Ava just chose to ignore it. After Ava finished, Brick went to clean herself up, and noticed she was bleeding. She then went back into her room, too embarrassed to say anything, and they took a nap together. Okay. So, this is uncomfortable, but discomfort during sex is not good. Not what you want, obviously, but it's common, right? Especially if you're just like having a hookup. It's not necessarily unheard of. Maybe if you're saying that something hurts, you want it to stop, and maybe, do a bit more foreplay and carry on. This could go either way, though. I'm not sure about this still, although that sounds a little bit worse. Also, for anyone wondering, yes, Brick is a trans woman. That's why stuff's hurting. That's why that's why she's bleeding after sex. Is it evidence of rape? No. Sometimes it can just be like can do that. But yeah. So Brick told me she woke up to her mum calling her phone, telling her that she had to go home. So she woke up Ava to ask for an Uber home, to which Ava kept on telling her that she didn't want Brick to leave and that she wanted to have sex, despite Brick telling Ava she had to go. Telling her she was missing scrims. She was missing... What the f*** is scrims? Who is scrims? Okay. I didn't think Brick was trans. Ava is trans. I fucked up the name. I misspoke. Ava is trans. Brick is cis. There we go. Scrims equals practice. Okay, cool. Practice games. Okay. Brick telling Ava she had to go, telling her that she was missing scrims, and that her mum was starting to get mad at her, urging Brick to go home. Yet, Ava continued to ignore her request, and kept telling Brick that she would regret it if they didn't have sex. Brick told her she didn't want to have sex, and continued to tell her no. She also kept on resisting Ava's advances, and along with that, not wanting it. Brick was still bleeding from sex earlier, and she knew it'd be too painful. This sounds like really shitty, kind of like pushy behavior. But why does she need to get you an Uber home? Can you not like ask your mum to pick you up? This sounds like very pushy behavior, but it just sounds weird. This sounds like a weird interaction to me. I'm not sure about this. Okay. Quote, I cannot stress enough how badly I did not want to and just wanted to go home, and made all of that clear to her. This is what Brick told me whilst explaining everything to me. It was very clear from the initial texts she sent me after it happened. Okay. Okay. I saw her. It was fine. She was nice. It was the same as always. I don't know. I guess. I came over. She immediately tries to initiate stuff. I was upset. I was upset on the way there too. And I started to regret going. the entire time I was with her, she just wanted to make me jealous to get a reaction to a reaction out of me. It's just not funny. So, okay. It's not funny. It's not funny. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't feel like a human. I don't feel like a human being, man. I'm just being toyed with. It's so hard to sort out my feelings when this shit happens. I don't even know. I had to leave because my mum wanted me home. So I told her, and she was napping or something. She was napping. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to go now. And she was begging me to have sex before I left. And saying if we didn't do stuff, she would regret because I told her, like, sorry, what? And saying if we didn't do stuff, she would regret because I told her, like, you're complaining about your body hurting, you're tired, or whatever. And she's, like, trying to touch me. And, like, taking my and like take my pants off or touch me under my pants, and I'm just saying, like, telling her we can't repeatedly, and that I have to get ready and go home, and she's so persistent, and she's getting, like, impatient with me, and she says something, and she tells me she'll be disappointed in me if we don't have sex. That's very manipulative. Okay, so this is starting to sound a little bit worse. I don't know, man. I feel so fucking guilty about it. Oh, I guess if they're saying that they're going to be disappointed in you if you don't have sex, then yeah. Because all I really want to be cared for, all I really want is to be cared for. I don't want to. I guess I did get what I wanted, but it's just weird. I did get what I wanted. It's just weird. We aren't dating. We dodge anything talking about our feelings. She keeps trying to upset me to get a reaction because I guess it makes her feel good. It's so I hate everything about this. She was okay too. She was just being nice and stuff. It just is so weird. We were texting after, but on the phone she's so mean. She just ignored me sometimes and just wanted to know if I was bothering her. So I asked. And she said, yeah, because I asked if it annoyed her when I was texting. And then I told her I didn't want the only thing we talked to be sexual. She just keeps fucking, okay, sorry. She just keeps fucking to make me jealous. I can't take it. I want to die. If I could just forget everything and leave forever, I would, dude. This relationship is not worth chasing. I just want to be loved purely. And not for my body, or for my appearance or anything. Why can't I just talk to her normally? There was never really a point where we got to talk. So, it seems like this person wants a relationship out of this. The other person quite explicitly has said, I just want you to come over so we can have sex. Why the fuck is she napping? How long were you over there? Also, in here, it seems as though you're asking for permission to leave or telling her that you're going to leave. And then there's some pressuring. But then here, you're asking them to get you an Uber home. Which, I don't know. I'm a little bit kind of like, about this. Okay. Ava ignored Brick's efforts to make her stop. And soon after, Ava ended up on top of her. Ava just kept trying to take Brick's pants off and kept trying to reach her hand into Brick's pants. Oh, pardon me. Brick kept telling her she had to leave, reminding Ava she'd stated she was jet-lagged and not feeling well earlier, saying she should just rest instead, and that Brick could potentially see her another time. Basically grasping at anything because she felt so powerless against Ava. Ava told her that 25 minutes had gone by, and that they could have been done by now. Brick didn't know what to do because her phone was locked and had no way of contacting her mum unless she contacted her first. Brick felt so trapped and kept refusing until Ava asked if she wanted to disappoint Ava. In that moment, Brick realized she had no power and there was truly nothing she could do besides give up. So after nearly 30 minutes of rejecting her sexual advances, Brick gave up and let Ava do what she wanted. Brick never gave verbal consent and was consistently saying no and resisting that. After that, she let Brick leave. Huh. Male behavior? Potentially. I don't know why you'd say that though. I mean, this is gonna. Okay. I feel like as a rough outline, I get this. I'd be interested to hear the other side of it, but this feels very, very weird. I feel like there's a lot more. It feels like there's a lot more to this. The holes aren't filled in. Why not just get up and leave? Okay. Okay. Maybe there's another angle to this. I could see this going both ways. I'm not sure. Okay. Having said that, here's the second document that was released. Okay. Now this is Brick and their perspective on things. Okay. So, hello, this is Brick. I've decided to stay anonymous and will share everything from my perspective. Going public was the most challenging thing I've ever tried to do. I've tried to handle the situation with the utmost respect for her. I wanted her to get help. I didn't want to drag her, which is why it's taken me so long to find the strength to come forward about this. I tried to keep things offline, to talk it out with Ava privately via DMs. When I'd originally confronted her about this, she denied it. Kept telling me she forgot everything. She claimed she was super jet-lagged and not quite there during those events. Yet when I prompted her with evidence, she said I was lying. And when I asked her when she would arrive back in Toronto so that I could file a report to the police, she ended up blocking me. I mean, that makes sense, yeah. I mean, whether they're guilty or innocent, I felt that makes sense. If you're reaching out to somebody to say, by the way, I'm filing a police report on you. Okay, well, fuck you then. Right? I can imagine that happening whether they're innocent or guilty. Either they're guilty and they don't want any more in contact because they don't want more evidence to get out there, or they feel as though they're innocent and they're just upset at the person. I'm not sure. Anyway, please be patient and read this document thoroughly. We will. Over the last year and a half, I've been working through what happened during my relationship with Ava and the aftermath of it. I finally have the confidence to share my story, knowing the backlash I will receive. I know a lot of people won't like to see this, but I need this for my closure and well-being to move forward. Ava and I dated for roughly 9 months, from December 2022 to the beginning of October 2023. Our relationship was incredibly toxic and controlling. Okay. So this happened after the breakup then. Okay. Our relationship was incredibly toxic, abusive, controlling. We tried to break up several times and always got back together. I recall trying to break up with her after finding lewds of other women on her phone, but she refused to leave my house. At another time, I tried to break up with her for cheating on me with her friend. Ava was 16 at the time, and her friend was in her 20s according to her. Okay. So it sounds like during this, how old were they? 16 or 17? Okay. And her friend was in her 20s, according to her. And Ava called my mum, crying and begging to talk to me. Sounds like 16-year-old stuff, I guess. All these things would made leaving difficult for me. It was my first relationship ever, and I was a socially inexperienced 15-year-old. Towards the end of the relationship, the last 3 months, we were on and off again. We were on and off almost every single day. One of us would try to end things, and the other would beg to work things out. This was very mutual. She and I were super close and practically had no friends outside of each other. Screenshots from when I originally tried to confront Ava about what happened on January 3rd, and her responses, which led to me being blocked. Okay, username blocked for Ava's privacy, as it's her personal account. Okay. I don't recall that happening, blank. I'm sorry. Wait, Ava is a minor. They're both minors, okay? They're both minors. I don't recall that happening, Blank. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to tell you. I was barely awake the whole time you were over. That sounds true. Yeah, Although okay, we're going through this. Conclusions at the end, okay? Analysis at the end. At the end of these screenshots. Does that justify it? Lol. I just know we had sex a couple times, and then you left, and that's the last time I saw you. Well, I just don't know if this even happened. It doesn't justify what's said in the images, though. Okay, so it seems like the images that they sent are these. Yeah, all I really want is to be cared for. I don't want to. Okay, nice. Not mine is in the story. They dated before. Well, it seems like they dated for 6 months between the end of 2022 and roughly the middle of 2023. This happened in 2024. The way the ages line up makes it sound as though they were 17 or 18 at the time. I'm not sure though. Okay. I don't recall that happening, Blank. I'm sorry. Okay, let's skip through. Okay, then they send a picture, and then we skip down to this, okay? We did stuff we both liked, and I always thought of stuff you'd like, or wanted to try, or what you needed. I tried to feed you every day. Is she a dog? I tried to feed you every day, and I gave you the best treatment I could, like going home every day, all sorts of gifts we went out, shopping and to concerts. Okay. I'm telling you, for 30 minutes, I need to go home because my phone is locked, I can't call anyone, and you're the only way I can get home because of Uber. I understand that now. I understand why she had to wait for it to go to Uber. Okay. Why did she change her code, though? She explains it here. Brick told me when she got to Ava's house, Ava had changed her phone password. I'm guessing this is Brick's. Changed her phone password so that she couldn't access it. Huh? Okay, so this is... Okay, so this is Ava changing Brick's phone password so that she couldn't access it. Ava had claimed it was because she didn't want Brick to know where she lived. Ava had Ubered her there. Brick brushed it off, and soon after, Ava started initiating sexual things. Huh? No. Ava's phone, Brick knew the password. That's how she found the lewds. Okay. This document is written awfully. Okay, cool. In a lesbian relationship, why would you use pronouns when trying to discuss something? Whose phone? Okay. My phone is locked. I can't call anyone, and you're the only way I can get home because of Uber. I really tried, Blank, and I'm sorry it didn't work out. You were a good girlfriend, and I'm not saying you weren't, as if you were, as if that were the case, I wouldn't miss you. But the fact is, our relationship was heavily revolving around sexual stuff. I mean, it sounds like you didn't actually have a relationship at that point, okay? Right? Okay. Thank you for reaching out so that I can try to get help. Also, I won't be in Toronto until the end of August. Planned for a while, not because of this situation. Going where? If you aren't home when I report it, they'll likely talk to Sarah about it. Up to you. Who's Sarah? Okay. I just won't be in tomorrow. Going home? Consider speaking to your mum about things. I need to know when you're coming back. I won't get closure if I ask because you don't remember it. Why don't you remember it? I don't want to discredit you or make you feel ashamed or wrong, but what we remember happening is completely different. How do you remember it happening? I already told you how. Oh. I don't want to put you down, because you're already not doing well, and I do feel horrible for you, the way you are now, and what you're personally going through, but what you're telling me isn't what I believe happened. I will sympathize with you 100%, but I don't believe you. Okay. So then after this message, it seems as though they were blocked. Seems like they're out of order, but whatever. Okay. Let's be realistic. From start of puberty up to 30, almost every relationship is mainly fucking. That's not true. That's not true. People can have committed relationships before the age of 30, okay? But it sounds like Ava explicitly said she only wanted her to come over for sex. It seems like Brick was trying to get a relationship out of it and saying, I just want to be cared for, I just want to be cared for, right? This was the last time she saw Ava. She's messaging this girl who wrote this first document. Is this the impetus for them starting their relationship? Dunno. Nah, too many hormones. So, the story behind the fake pregnancy. The fighting truly began to pick up when Ava accused me of lying about being pregnant. She'd always pushed aside the idea of using protection and would say things like, Raw feels better, or saying not to be scared, stating I can pull out. Due to those factors, we would constantly have unprotected sex. With me being 15 at the time, the idea of pregnance scared me terribly. So when there was a certain period in which I began throwing up and feeling ill, exhibiting signs of early pregnancy, I texted her, I think I'm pregnant. I took a test which came back positive and started freaking out, which resulted in panicking and feeling an incredibly poor decision making. Okay, so that seems fair, but am I really gonna rake somebody over the coals for saying, oh, it's fine, Raw feels better, I can pull out, when they're 16 and you're in a relationship together? I don't know. Because they're both children. They're both fucking children, dude. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So not knowing how she would react to me being pregnant, I searched the internet for a photo of a random pregnancy test. I chose a photo that very obviously was not mine and sent it to her. I tried to make a joke about me potentially being pregnant and just trying to gauge what her reaction would be if the test wasn't a false positive. Huh? Huh? Very funny joke. I mean, yeah. That's not a joke. That's not a joke at all. That's not something you joke about. Although, to be fair, this person as well is a 15-year-old. I'm guessing they're quite close in age. So this is a relationship between a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. It's not a very funny joke. It's a very retarded thing to do. Arguably manipulative, especially if you're trying to see what somebody's reaction would be. I get the motivation. This person is a teenager, okay? I'm not going to rake them over the coals for that. Okay. After that, I took 2 more tests that both came back negative. They both came back negative, and then I clarified to her I was not pregnant. Then weeks later, she got angry at me, saying I stress her out during practice, and that I was to blame for many things because I lied about being pregnant. Despite me clarifying to her that I wasn't pregnant, she turned it on me, saying she assumed it was me coping. Okay. And regardless of me never being pregnant, and clarifying it time and time again, she still goes around to this day telling people I tried to baby trap her so she wouldn't break up with me. When you lied to me about being pregnant at 15, you might say that you didn't lie about being pregnant. Coping, seething, molding, elbozo. I can okay. Who cares? Okay. I truly cannot stress this enough. But even after this whole fight, she still refused to have protected sex. I would ask her to use protection because I was terrified of getting pregnant, but despite my concerns, she would continue to refuse and ignore my well-being and worries. Well, you're both teenagers, and ultimately, you still consented to have unprotected sex. Like, it takes two to tango. Unless there's notable like manipulation, right, or coercion. I don't care about this angle about unprotected sex. Okay. The events leading up to January 2024 and incidents from my POV. Why the fuck is this the first bit of... Okay, cool. Chud's theory about the pregnancy thing, which I agree with, is that their way of getting ahead of Ava's response mentioning this by dishing out their own dirt first. Yeah, probably. That's my take as well. Although, to be fair, this just sounds like some manipulative shit that, like, teenagers do. I'm sure everyone has had this. I'm sure everyone has had this in a relationship before, where you're in a relationship with somebody, and they just want to see, like, I wonder what their reaction would be to this. And so they lie about something to try and see what your reaction would be, and then after the fact go, no, not actually. I just wanted to see what you'd say if this was true. It's like, oh, okay, that's like deeply manipulative. Deeply manipulative, like fucking with your head. But anyway, yeah. The events leading up to January 3rd, 2024, and incidents from my POV. On December 25th, 2023, after a month of no contact, Ava drunk texted me, trying to argue with me. The argument was going the same way as all the previous arguments. And then, I told her I didn't care about her anymore. Her response was that I would always love her. I would always love her. That's not a quotation, though. Because I would always love her, which you will always love me. Okay. This comment from her made me feel awful. And I told her that. She seemingly felt bad, and she then asked me to speak over Discord instead. We ended up talking things out, and we then decided that we'd see each other again when she was home from her vacation trip to Korea. I don't know about this, but I don't know if I care about this. This just seems like shit drunkenly said during an argument. Okay. Screenshots from the day leading up to it. Let's have a gander. Because ultimately, if you're telling somebody, I do not care about you, it's like, okay. I feel like that's only something you say to try and get under somebody's skin. Or to say it in like a big, like, emotional flourish. Like, I don't even care about you anymore. Right? So, okay. But let's have a gander at this. So, Pun. Okay. Pun is Ava. Okay. If you still want to see me when I'm back, you can. Yes, please. Can you hold me? But if you know my address, no more seeing me. If you want to, I love you. HH. What? HH? HH? Anyway. I love you. Hail Hydra. Okay. Good night, blank. Let me know when you're back. Good night, Ava. I'll text you when I'm back. Maybe not much in Korea, since I'll be super busy, and time difference as well. I understand. What we always did, I don't know. Do you want to do that? We can do that. Yeah, probably. I'll see you Thursday then. I don't want to date you, but I want you to do the stuff we did when we dated. Huh? Oh! Oh? Okay, but we aren't fucking. I don't know if I have to state that or not. I want to do the stuff we did when we dated. I don't want to date you, but I want to do the stuff when we did when we dated. We aren't fucking. I don't know if I have to state that or not. Alright? Then I don't really want to see you. Okay, this sounds like they want to hook up. Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah. Do you want to see me for sex? Well, I don't really want to talk too much. Why did I see this coming? I'll think about it. Okay. If I feel comfortable with you, maybe we can. I don't know. Smiley anime face. No one else to fuck or what? I don't really talk to any women. I focus on Valorant. No! Oh, no! Oh, you and your man on Valorant, me and my hand don't understand. Okay. Funny. Was that your intention the whole time? Talk to me to have sex? Well, I don't want to get caught in a relationship and didn't want to catch up and talk. I thought you wanted to. I don't know. Meant to fuck you? I mean, lol. But I don't know. I haven't done that stuff with somebody I didn't love. Just weird. I don't know why there's this. I don't know why there's this deliberation and like discussion about it. Like, I get it, but if somebody's saying, I only want you to come over if you want to have sex, I don't know if they really care about this. This sounds like you want to, because you've said, yes, if I feel comfortable. Okay? So the intention is, you are going to come over. I've said, I only want you to come over to have sex with me. And then you're saying, well, if I don't feel uncomfortable, is how that's going to be interpreted, right? So unless there's something that happens to make me uncomfortable, we are going to have sex. And then you're just communicating, is what it seems like. You're just communicating why it's kind of difficult for you. Maybe, lol. But I don't know. I haven't done that stuff with somebody who I didn't love. Just weird. Sorry. It's fine. We can whatever. No! What? It's fine. We are so different. Well, I miss you too, but I don't want a relationship. I don't want to date you, but I don't want you to use me for my body either. I don't know how to feel. Use me for my body. I mean, I don't know. It's a very gay way to phrase it, okay? Although I'm saying that as a man. Like, for example, I've known girls before that they don't want a relationship with me. I don't want a relationship with them. And literally, I get a text, like, offering me to, like, come over every now and again, and we hook up. Are they using me for my body? Well, no. We're just hooking up. I'm consenting to have sex with them. Anyway. I'll talk to you and do what you think you'd like then. Can you get home faster, bro? Teleport. I'm just bro to you. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I mean, this makes it sound like they're incredibly eager. This makes it sound like they're incredibly eager to get home. I don't know. If she wanted to, she would, is all I'm saying. Yeah, we're just friends. Crazy how that works. Okay, bro. Not seeing you tomorrow. Hey! No, you can't do that. I need you. Nope. I'm just bro. Not even M word. What the fuck is the M word? What the fuck is the M word? Are these slurs that I've never heard of? Ali Khan. Okay. Not even the M word. Because British, I would think that would be mate. Would mate be better? No. Okay. My love. Milady. Oh, fuck me. Can you get home faster, milady? Teleport. Okay. Mommy. Mommy. Okay. 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 I'm just bro. Not even M word. You don't even love me. Because I want you, and I can't have you. Okay? Nobody can have me. Tomorrow you can, though. Ooh. One night only. Okay. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Smiley face, gun to head. Blushy face. Okay. Tomorrow you can, my princess. Does it not irk you that I'm not yours? I hope you'll stay loyal to me until I'm ready. What the f does that mean? You'll stay loyal to me until I'm ready. Huh? I'll wait for you as long as you need. I miss you so badly, I'm scared to see you. Why scared? Because I still like you and you just want to ooh woo. It's okay. But it's okay. Okay. Cool. Massa, Mistress, Manchi, Meat Stick. I mean, I like you, but I don't want to date. I mean, what's this whole thing about being loyal? I hope you'll stay loyal to me until I'm ready. Okay, so this is the next day, I guess. Or this is much later on in the conversation, actually. Huh? This is way later on in the conversation. These are all continuous, and then I'll wait for you as long as you need. And this is at 9:33 p.m. And then this is the next day after midnight. So there's 3 hours between these messages. Okay. I don't want to date either. It's complicated. It is complicated. I want exclusivity without you, without having to commit to each other. Does that make sense? Like, if you fuck me and talk to other girls, that's kind of weird. Huh? You want exclusivity without us committing to each other? What does that mean, bro? What do you mean, bro? What does that mean? This is usually... Is this person trans as well? Because this is a very, very male thing. This is like a very male thing to say. Huh? You don't want the commitment, but you want to be exclusive. That's a very... Huh? Like, if you want commitment, that is usually, like, the first significant step of like, commitment in a relationship. No? Exclusivity. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then we get to the end of the messages. Okay. Brick is cis as far as we know. Okay. Okay. It sounds like a commitment to me. I mean, it is a commitment. This is a girl trying to fucking do that, offering the lowest level of commitment. I guess so. Wants a benefits thing. I mean, it seems like it, yeah. But the only difference between them is there seems to be some emotional thing after the breakup, right? But the big difference between them seems to be Ava clearly wants to be loved. This person wants to say that they love them, but they're not willing to. It seems like if they're not willing to have exclusivity, they don't want to date. They do want to be exclusive, but they don't want to commit. What do you want? Okay. Okay. On January 3rd, 2024, I went to a house. I knew it would end up being sexual because we talked about it days prior. I'd stated not wanting to do anything sexually initially, and then she told me, all right, I don't really want to see you in response, but despite not wanting it, I still opted to go and get it over with. Huh? Because I wanted to be with her. When I got to her house, she changed my phone password. She changed my phone password. Okay, so we finally get a little bit of... Okay. Okay, so the phone password thing is corrected. Finally. She changed my phone password, so I couldn't access it and check the location. because she didn't want me to know where she lived. She Ubered me there. I brushed it off, and soon after, she started initiating things to which I consented and participated in. First of all, Second of all, why would you allow somebody to change your phone password? Like, that seems unhinged. Like, if that's not agreed beforehand, it's like, no. I won't check my maps. I'm not going to copy down where I was. Weirdo. I'd find that incredibly strange if somebody said that of me. But then third of all, why the fuck are you asking to change somebody's phone password so they don't know where the fuck they are? That's very weird. What the fuck? Okay. Like, if you distrust somebody that much, why invite them over for a booty call? Right? I don't know. Like, I've never heard of anyone doing that ever. Okay. But here we are. I brushed it off soon, and soon after she started initiating sexual things to which I consented and participated in. Okay. It turned into us having sex. The entire experience was truly painful for me, and I kept telling her it hurt. Was there any kind of accommodation for that? It seems not, if they're not saying anything, I guess. Okay. Kept telling her it hurt. After she finished, I went to clean myself up and saw that I was bleeding. I went back into her room, too embarrassed to say anything, and we took a nap together. Okay. I woke up to my mom calling my phone and telling me I had to come home. So I woke up Ava to ask her if she could Uber me. Why aren't you asking for your phone to be unlocked? Okay. To which she kept telling me she didn't want me to leave and that she wanted to have sex despite me telling her I had to go. But despite telling her I had to go, that I was missing scrims, like game practice, and that my mum was starting to get mad, urging me to come home. Yet she continued to ignore my requests and kept telling me she would regret it if we didn't have sex. Okay. So she was saying that she, Ava, would regret it. Okay. I told her I didn't want to have sex and continued to tell her no and kept resisting things. And along with not wanting it, I was still bleeding from earlier. I cannot stress how badly I did not want to have sex and just wanted to go home. And I made all of that very clear to her. Okay. She ignored my efforts to make her stop and ended up on top of me soon afterwards. Are they still in bed? If they're gone for a nap, I'm trying to picture how this is like going out. Okay. Ended up with her on top of me soon afterwards. She then kept on trying to take my pants off and kept trying to reach her hand into my pants. I kept telling her I had to leave, reminding her that she had stated she was jet-lagged and not feeling well earlier, saying that she should rest instead, and I could potentially just see her another time. Basically, grasping at anything because I felt so powerless. She told me 25 minutes had gone by, and that we could have just been done by now. I didn't know what to do. My phone was locked, and I had no way of contacting my mum unless she called me first. I felt so trapped, and I kept refusing until she asked me if I wanted to disappoint her. That was the moment I realized I had no power. That was the moment I realized I had no power, and there was truly nothing I could do besides give in. I could understand feeling pressured in this moment, but to this extent, I don't know. Okay. If this was my friend retelling this, I'd say, like, you know, obviously if she feels whatever, I'm gonna comfort her. But then I'd say after that, it's like, you don't want to start opting to telling them reasons why they don't want to have sex. Like, don't forget, you're super tired and stuff, you know? No, we shouldn't have sex. You're super tired and you were like aching earlier and stuff, you know? Like, be consistent. Say, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. Don't blame other things. Don't use excuses. Just be direct to the point. I don't want to. I want to leave. Unlock my phone. Trying to reason with somebody I feel like I understand the impulse to, but then it can make somebody feel like it's something to be discussed and negotiated rather than something that you're just telling them, no, I don't want to do this, right? Rare is the moment any is too tired for sex. Yeah, I agree. She's just a kid. Yeah, I know. I don't know if she's 18 or 17 during this, but man, okay. Da 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 da. Screenshots and recording of messages I sent to my close friends after it took place. Okay. Wait, this is different. Is this different to the one we had before? I think this is different. Okay. She said she was 16, 15 or 16. No. She was 16 in between 2023 and 2024. And then wait, she was 16 between 2022 and 2023, and then this is happening in January of 2024. So a year up. So I believe one of them is at this point Ava is 17 and she's 16. Yeah. Okay. I'm so I don't even know, dude. I just want to cry. I did cry actually when I saw her. I cried when she hugged me because it felt horrible. I cried on my way home and I cried in bed after scrims, after gaming. Okay. Ava is 18 now. No. I know. I'm saying at this point in the story, right? I'm saying at this point in the story, Ava is 17, this girl is 16, right? So I cried in bed after scrims. I might cry now because what the? Why is she playing games? Why is my brain playing games? And why do I put up with all this? Realizing I don't even want Ava. I just wanted to be loved. It's kind of funny. I saw her, it was fine, she was nice, it was the same as always, I don't know. I came over, she immediately tried to initiate stuff. I was upset. I was upset on the way there, too. I started regretting going. The entire time I was with her, she just wanted to make me jealous to get a reaction out of me. It's just not funny. I'm a human being. I don't feel like a human being, man. I'm just being toyed with, told to get my feelings, sort of my feelings when things happen I don't even know. I just had to leave because my mum wanted me home, so I told her, and she was napping or something. Okay, so that is the same as before. Okay, nice. There's also a streamable. Is this going to be like scrolling through to prove that it's real? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I doubt that this is fake anyway. So, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of views for something linked in a document. Holy. Okay. Recounting my assault months later in therapy was my bridge into accepting she wasn't the saint I pictured her to be during that relationship. And despite it being difficult to me to fully accept it, it did help me recognize all the other instances that she would take advantage of me for her own sexual gain, using my love and trust for her against me. To this day, I still blame myself for not being able to see the red flags during our relationship. September 3rd, 2023, CNE. What the f***? We're going back in time. Okay. On September 3rd, despite us being broken up, we decided we'd still hang out because we had tickets to go to the CNE. What the fuck is the CNE? CNE. The Combined Naval Event. Type in CNE tickets. What the fuck is this? The Canadian National Exhibition? That would make sense. They're in Toronto. Okay. They're in Toronto. That's what the CNE is. Finally. Okay. Nice. Canadian National Exhibition. Boom. Got it. Understood. We had tickets to go to the CNE despite us not being together, and deciding that it was officially over a day prior, she came over really early in the morning. Keep in mind, the only reason we were ever meeting at this point in time was because I didn't want our tickets to go to waste. We were just sitting in my room, watching a movie at my desk, and then she randomly tried initiating sex. I kept dodging her, but she ignored my discomfort, continuing to flirt with me, make perverted comments, all while making sexual advances. With all this happening, and the breakup being so fresh, I became very perplexed. Since I still loved her, I blindly pursued things with her, hoping she was trying to fix things, thinking maybe she realized it was a mistake, and she couldn't just be friends with me. After she finished, she just pushed me off her, refused to give me any sort of aftercare. Aftercare? Was this BDSM? Aftercare? Okay. Or even acknowledge me. Immediately after, she went to sleep. Oh my god, okay. Immediately after, she went to sleep, and I ended up crying on my bed. This all felt like such a huge slap in the face. I woke her up a few hours later to go to the exhibit, but we ended up going home after 20 minutes of walking around due to the high tension built from the events earlier. During the Uber ride home, I realized that the relationship was truly nearing its end. I mean, you'd said that you'd kind of broken up with her the day before, no? It's over. It's over. Ignoring all her efforts to apologize to me because I became non-verbal. Huh? Sorry. I realized that the relationship was truly nearing its end, and that one of the few days I wanted to enjoy before starting school again was ruined. While all of this was playing in my mind, I started crying uncontrollably in the car, ignoring all her efforts to apologize to me because I became non-verbal and virtually unable to move my body due to the mental shock I was facing. Huh? This is before any alleged assault. Non-verbal? I mean, obviously, you're young. I can understand being upset. I can even understand crying. I can understand being quiet and not talking. I became non-verbal and went into mental shock. I was unable to move my body. When was the assault? In the January of the alleged assault was the January 2024. So 4 months after this. That's a good point, Aiko. Wait. She was 16 at the time. Plus the estrogen. This is Canada, so, you know, I think kids are put on estrogen, like, as a precaution at the age of, like, 6. So, 16 years old, probably, like, you know, a decade of estrogen. Just how shriveled we talking? Anyway. Why am I thinking about this? Ah! Okay. Okay. Back into this. Okay. She's been trans since at least 2021, according to her Twitter. Okay. Yeah, but okay. We don't need to know this. We don't need to know this. She entered esports as trans at 14. Huh? At 14, bro. Okay. At 14. Anyway, okay. Locking in. When we got back to my house, she was still apologizing. But due to the state I was in, I continued to ignore it and just went to my room. Went to your room? How? You're in a catatonic state. You can't move. Okay. Okay, clearly very upset. Da-da-da-da-da. I continued to ignore it and just went to my room, got in bed, and faced away from her. Eventually, we spoke, and I found it in myself to get over it. Okay. Ironically enough, after all of this, she immediately tried to initiate sex again. That sounds like a 16-year-old biological male. Ooh, okay. I told her I didn't want to, that we were friends, and I didn't want to have sex with my friends. This is when she decided to ask me out, told me she loved me and wanted to be with me, and that she was sorry. I let myself believe that she was being genuine because of how much I loved her, which led to us having sex. The entire time, I was so disassociated and fucked up that she had to stop. We spent a few more hours together, then she Ubered back home. During that ride, she broke up with me once again, making it clear to me the only reason she apologized in the first place was to have sex with me. Jesus Christ. That's such a manipulative thing to say in bed, though. I know. No. I don't want to have sex with my friends. Ugh. But then also, I love you. I want to get back together. Fell for it again award. I mean, how is anybody? How does anyone even believe that? How does anyone even believe that? So it's like, I would be open to having sex with you, but only but not my friends. And then right back, they're like, well, maybe we don't have to be friends. I don't know. 16, I know, but it's just like, okay. Woman moment. I know. Oh. Are we dating? I don't know. What do you mean, I don't know? Okay. Ava says, are we dating? I don't know. I don't know either. But I told you I didn't feel comfortable having sex and kissing if we weren't together, and you kept pursuing it, so now I'm confused. I want to be with you. Do you? Yes, but we are both hurt. That's why I want it to be slow. What do you mean it's slow? What does taking it slow mean to you? I don't know. Okay. Well, think about it. You keep saying that with no meaning. Taking it slow is just taking it slow. Less talking, less everything. What's everything? Everything blank. Texting each other, doing things, just slower. Less of it until we feel like we want more of it. Yeah. You pursued me so many times today just to say we were friends. Do you not think about my feelings when you do that? Because I still love you, and it's wrong. I do. That's why I want to not be with you in person. Until we are both 100% dating. Huh? I mean, it sounds like you aren't sure if they're dating. What are you saying oh to? Because this seems like it starts mid-conversation. Okay. Huh. Okay. I gave you so many opportunities to say, sorry, we shouldn't do that. But you kept trying to kiss me, and you kept groping me. I gave you so many opportunities to say, sorry, we shouldn't do that. What does that mean? I mean, obviously I know what they intend to communicate by that, but I'm thinking in the heat of a sexual encounter, they're both lying in bed. What does that mean? Okay. You kept on trying to kiss me and kept groping me. I don't want to talk right now. Have a good night. I asked if you remembered Apple. I asked if you remembered Apple. Okay, have a good night. I love you. I'm here if you want to talk. Please stop messaging me. Feel like I'm being used for sex. I'm sorry if that's how you feel. I'm sorry if that's how you feel. Oh my god, this is such a Oh, this is such a teenage conversation. Fuck me. Okay. You kiss me and touch me, and then when we're done, you tell me I can't kiss you. I try to back off of you out of respect for your wishes, and then you do it again. And I keep telling you we're friends. Huh? Okay. 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 I keep telling you we're friends, and we should act friendly, and you keep pursuing it. Stop hurting me just because you're horny, please. You told me you wanted to be together again. It seems like they do. Well, that doesn't seem like a lie. That seems like they do, but it's complicated. Oh, okay. There definitely feels like there's been some kind of misrepresentation here. Or has there been a misinterpretation on top of that? I don't know. Okay. Especially bearing in mind that these are teenagers. I can't act friendly around you. I just can't see us being anything but dating. And you missed me and loved me. I do miss and love you. So? So we shouldn't see each other until we're dating like we used to. I want to talk to you. Wow. If I knew seeing you today would have just made me feel more used than ever, I don't know. Do you know how this makes me feel? Every time you tried to kiss me or touch me, I just wanted to cry after the first time because I kept thinking you were just using me. I feel at that point you'd want to say no, though. Oh my god. Oh, okay. But you said stuff that made me feel like you cared and wanted to fix things and go back to normal and that you regretted how things ended. I do, blank. I don't want to hurt you or see you sad. That's why I can't be with you in person until we are both ready. Stop breaking me over and over. I care about you. Honestly, I think Ava just wanted to use her hole and not have to really talk to her. Well, no, because it seems like in this, it seems like they want to build up back to dating. Okay, so in this interaction, it seems like Ava wants to build back up to dating. And in fact, they're saying they only want to talk to them during this time, and they don't want to meet up. Hence, like, cutting themselves off from more sex. Which, if she was being manipulative, is not what I would expect her to say. I would expect her to keep stringing her along and not, I'd expect her to keep stringing her along and not cut off the possibility of seeing each other again, right? And not saying, I don't want to see you again until we're dating. And then another thing that makes me think that Ava is being somewhat genuine here is Ava seems to genuinely get upset when they get called bro. Maybe it's because of being misgendered, or maybe it's because they genuinely have some kind of feelings in this, right? Because all we're hearing during this, okay, is the fact that they wanted sex. Because that is the allegation. Okay? So I can understand where you've got that idea from. And I understand that perspective. Personally, I feel like there's enough evidence here to say that there was a complicated emotional interaction. But yeah, I'll call in a sec. I just want to get to the end of these screenshots, and then I'll call after. I care about you. I told you I was ready to get over you yesterday, and you seemed like you wanted to fix things. How do you feel now? Not even 2 hours ago, you wanted to fix things. It hurts again. I'm sorry for hurting you. No, you won't. I'm done. I feel so used and disgusting. You want disgusting? Are you done? I think this is worse than you breaking up with me. This is so weird on so many levels. I'm sorry. You can't just say things to me like that and just have sex. Who does that? I'm not a person to you anymore. It's not just have sex, blank. I wish I told you I wish I told you how I felt. Question mark, question mark. You pursue me. You tried to kiss me. Because I missed you and I loved you, but I know it was wrong. I know it's wrong. You have sex with me, not once, but twice, when I never once initiated anything with you. But you already did it. Do you not see this? Do you not see the issue in that? I know. You did it, and now I'm thinking things are normal, and you're just saying we should talk less, we shouldn't see each other, we shouldn't date, when you told me. I'm saying we should date, but from afar. Huh? Literally told you. What the fuck does that mean? Are we not just friends with benefits at the moment? We are dating. No? Do you know what a relationship is? Okay. Friends don't date, and I can't be friends with you because I love you. So what's the difference between now and then and before? Because you fucked me twice, kept trying to kiss me, you talk to me the same, hold me the same, and now you're changing your mind again. Is this fair to me? I'm serious. Is this fair to me seriously? I'm so hurt. There's no difference. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to cry. I need to be yours. Then what does it mean, distance? We don't have to be public about it. I'm just confused. You want to talk less? You don't want to see each other next weekend? You seem so upset leaving. Okay. Now we've got to the end of the DMs. Let's see what Aiko wants to say. Jesus Christ! Aiko's low-key fucking crashing out right now. To be fair, I think the fairest criticism here is that this person is manipulative and gross, probably coercive, but to call it rape during a teenage interaction is a bit too much. Didn't mean to overstep earlier, sorry. Oh, no. It's fine, it's fine. Why am I in caps lock? Nice. Okay. Let's go back to the document. TLDR, we haven't even finished it, okay? There's more content to come. Okay. So, Ava's emotional manipulation, emotional neglect, and things that should be brought to light, and statements from 2 ex-girlfriends. Okay. There was an instance where it was just me and Ava at my house because my family was out of town, and we got into a call. I ended up calling a friend to calm myself down. When I was on the phone with my friend, Ava went to my washroom. I knocked on the door and pleaded for her to speak to me. Huh? Huh? Okay, so this is a different person than it sounds like. There was an instance where it was just me and Ava at my house because my family was out of town and we got into a fight. I ended up calling a friend to calm myself down. While I was on the phone with my friend, Ava went into my washroom. I knocked on the door and pleaded for her to speak to me, knowing she was upset. When I opened the door, I found her on the floor in the dark, attempting to cut herself with scissors. Okay. No. Okay, this story. Okay. I was very thankful to find that she didn't inflict any alarming damage, and I just hugged her and cried. This wasn't an isolated instance of her harming herself to make me feel guilty or worried. Is that the intent? I mean, they didn't lock the bathroom, I suppose. There were many times where she would threaten to hurt herself or would discuss relapsing, the worst of which involved her sending me an entire suicide note and turning her phone off so she wouldn't receive my messages and phone calls. It was the first thing I saw on my phone when I woke up early in the morning, and out of fear for her life, I ended up contacting Sarah's mother. Who the fuck is Sarah? Who the fuck is Sarah? Okay. Through Sarah's mum, I found out Ava was safe and chilling on the couch in their living room. Only then did she finally contact me. All this truly felt like it was just a test to see how much I could handle, and despite feeling that way, I was always happy to help as long as it meant she was okay. Partial screenshots from the suicide baiting incident. She deleted most texts regarding this to seemingly cover her tracks. This is from 2023. So Ava was 16? Okay. Are you okay, Ava? Please, Ava, this actually makes me feel so sick. Please call me. I just need to know you're okay. I love you so much. Please, this hurts so bad. Please call me. I'll let you come over, please. Anything you want. Why are you leaving? I just don't understand. I thought you were doing better. I'm so sorry for not being there. I love you so much. I'm okay. I'm relapsing. All good. I love you. I'm sorry for not telling you how bad it was. I love you so much. Don't be sorry. I was really worried, Ava. I'm sorry. It's okay. I am bad GF. Bad communication. I just had a really bad night and didn't know what to do. 2 minutes later, please talk to me. I knew you were having a bad night. I'm sorry for not being there. I really love you. I love you too. I'm sorry. Please, I need to see you. I don't want anything else. Sorry? What did I do? I'm so obsessed with you. What are you doing? Sorry. Sorry. The hiccup isn't part of the text. Sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. Why sorry? Ava, are you okay? I'm so confused. Blank. And that was like an hour later. Okay. So, this is an example of the kind of manipulation I'm talking about. Is this attention-seeking behavior? Probably. Ava is high on the manipulation supply. I don't know if they're actually cutting themselves. I find it difficult to tell. I know a lot of people intuitively, first off the bat, boom, this is manipulation. Personally, I struggle sometimes because what looks like somebody doing something purely for the benefit of manipulation, and then somebody doing that because they're actually self-harming and depressive, and it's like a cry for help, and this is the only way they feel they can get anyone to like give them any attention or to realize how bad they actually are, and nobody really cares about them. And I find those very, very hard to actually distinguish between, right? It's a holistic thing, but I genuinely find there are some cases that I just kind of I feel like they're kind of indistinguishable, especially for a 16-year-old. Especially for a 16-year-old. Despite constantly going out of my way to support and help Ava through her personal problems, she rarely did the same for me. One of the worst instances of her neglecting to support me was on July 10th, 2023. They were 16 years old. Yeah, suicide attempts can be a call for attention and also a suicide attempt. I mean, yeah. When I'd gotten into a pretty bad car accident. This was my breaking point due to an entire month prior being incredibly awful to me, slowly descending me into an even deeper depression. The day following the accident, I ended up relapsing and self-harming. I tried opening up to Ava about my feelings and how I couldn't manage my emotions any longer. I thought she would be understanding and try to calm me down, as I've done the same for her a multitude of times, even opting to put her emotions before mine. Instead of offering her support, she broke up with me. Which left me very distraught. I was trying to seek comfort and aid from somebody who claimed to love me. It felt as if my only pillar had been taken away from me. I felt hopeless. I begged for her to stay and work things out, and I told her I wanted her to be there for my birthday, which was the next day. We resolved the issue. Huh?
You got dicked. Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots. Major Wendy tipped $2.99 through Super Chat. If you want attention, Super Chat not suicide.
True! That's very true, guys. Listen, actually, I'm going to take that as a quick little moment to say 68 viewers, we've got 34 likes, okay? I'd appreciate it if you would like the stream. Hugely appreciate it, in fact. Especially seeing as it takes 2 seconds for you, costs nothing, and it helps me out a shit ton, okay? If you want to take it one step further, and you want to get a little bit of attention from me, okay? Maybe you're depressive, maybe you're a teenager, maybe you're trans, okay? You can get attention from me just by paying the low fee of $1, okay? Send a super chat, send a super sticker, all is appreciated. You can gift a membership, you can buy a membership for yourself if you haven't already got one. Everything is appreciated. Thank you very much. W. Windy. Okay, so this is in November. Okay, so they do it in July. Okay. So in July 2023, they have a bad car accident. Wait, okay.
You got dicked. Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
Sudo Dimitri, star emoji, tipped £2 through Super Chat. Yay.
Hello, Pseudo Dimitri. I hope you're doing okay, okay? I hope you're doing very, very well for yourself. I hope all of your life is going well right now. If you ever need to talk, just super chat again. Thank you very much for the £2. Can confirm Dickers ignores non-donoing chats. That's not true. I read my chat, okay? Just because I don't read out your question or read out your comment, okay? I do read the chat. Okay, screenshots of Ava being weird towards me and screenshots of what she said about me to others. Why do we have no screenshots of this? Okay. Nobody in your entire life has ever liked you. It's actually so funny. Fucking hell. Okay. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Okay. Jonathan used you for attention. Kenna hates you. Will hates you. Everyone on Minecraft was weird to you because you are stupid. You somehow almost failed the easiest grade of all time. Nobody's ever liked having you around, and the only person that ever tried genuinely hates every part of you now and will forever despise you. You are the biggest narcissistic pest I've ever met, and ever since you've been out of my life, I got my GED and paid a 1-year lease to move out. Ooh-woo? I don't know what that means. Okay. Thank you for teaching me to never associate with anyone like you, ever. And never giving people like you second chances. You will never be successful. You will always be shit at everything you do, and you know it. And all you do is cry, and you never try. Dude, that's such a good line. All you do is cry, never try. Okay? No one has ever liked you. I hope one day you become a better person. Holy shit, your voice is so annoying. Oh, wow, that's a lot of words. Okay. I actually see why everyone hates you so much. I emailed you what I was going to say. Okay. What the fuck is this in the context of? Huh?
You got dicked.
Huh?
Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
Ico Rules tipped $2 through Super Chat. Evil Beckett is a ginger with a real girlfriend.
Are you saying that Indian people aren't real? Not a very good look, Ico. What happens when your gay, soy, lefty chat finds out? Not great. Okay, nice. Let's go back to this. Thank you for the £2. Oh, thank you for the $2. Okay, so this is in October. Nah, just weird. So fucking weird. Like, seriously, she's actually a freak. Emailed me 54 times. DM'd me on 4 different numbers. Harasses me and my friends. It's disgusting. Faked being pregnant. Horrible fucking person. Like, actually, don't do dumb shit like that. I don't even know why they broke up in the first place. I just dated a fucking liar. Oh my god. She had me thinking terrible, horrible things about blank. Yeah, no, me too. The only thing she told me about it was that blank lied about getting pregnant so that she wouldn't break up with her. And then sometime in like summer, she told her friends about being assaulted and told Ava about telling them. Huh? Huh? Sometime in like summer, she told her parents about being assaulted and told Ava about telling them. What the fuck is this in context of? Because this is only 2 months after the alleged assault, and they said that only after therapy did they consider it assault or realize how bad they were, or something like that. Huh? 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 I'm so confused. Okay. And then who is this to? So this is Ava, presumably, to this other person, okay? And then they're shit-talking after they've received these messages and they've had a huge falling out. But exactly why they had this falling out isn't known. And it seems as though they're shit-talking them to other people. But she's an actual freak. Emailed me 54 times, DM'd me on 4 different numbers. What? This is way too murky. And frankly, it seems like this person has got a huge fucking bone to pick. So, I don't know. This, if anything, these DMs that we're seeing here recontextualize a lot of their statement up here. I don't know. I don't know. Could have happened. This is Ava. I mean, true. Huh. Screenshots of some concerning old tweets I think should be brought to light. Okay. Before I read them, give me 2 seconds. I need to refill my water, okay? Screenshots of concerning old tweets I think that should be brought to light. Okay. No! What the fuck? So horny I'd fuck a bitch. I am a true menace to society. Why isn't legal? Okay, this is retarded. This is very clearly just a meme. Okay. And then this is the person. So I'm guessing this is Ava? Love ridden? Who the fuck is this? Titty pics? Used to follow me. That's the only close thing I had with you. Still gonna request? Bro, what? I wouldn't retweet anyways. Verified followers is Florescent. Huh? So this isn't even their... This isn't even their Twitter. Huh? What's Florescent got to do with this? I think it's supposed to be Ava. Their esports name is Florescent. No, I know, but replying to Florescent and Love Ridden, it seems like this person's posted this, and then this is a different screen cap about something, because they've commented in this, and then verified followers. Huh? I'm guessing since this person is replying purely to Love Ridden, and then these 2 people are replying to Florescent and Love Ridden, I'm guessing they replied to one of these. Okay, this seems totally. I'm disregarding that. Her alt. I mean, maybe this is back in 2020. Wait, this is from 2020. This is from 2021. How old would they have been? Would they have been 14? Wait, hold on. So, hold on. Hold on. Oh, so they were dating from 2022 to 2013. Yeah, they were 16 during the relationship, and then when they broke up. So that was in 2023, they were 16. Bro, would they have been 13 or 14 when they made these tweets? Even if it is them. I mean, people are saying, well, I think they probably had like an esports account and they had like a main account. Oh, sorry, they had an esports account and they had a private account. But they're 13 or 14. Huh? Huh? This is so retarded. Oh yeah, now these tweets need to be brought back up. These need to be resurfaced. These are very important to discuss. Shut the fuck up. That's so retarded. Okay. I'm 14. This is the only tournament I'm playing in. I'm on a pug team that doesn't want to win. I'm just having fun. So they're 14 in 2021. If this is from October of 2022, yeah, they're 13 or 14. Just age confirmation. Yeah, I appreciate it. Huh. Okay, cool. So, onwards with that. Fuck, I thought this was somebody else. That's why I was disregarding it. That's why I was so happy to start afresh and disregard it. That's Brick writing that. Okay, that's retarded. Okay. Oh my god. And then that means that this is from Brick as well. So when I'm saying, oh, this person is totally fucking, you know, this person just seems like they've got a bone to pick. Yeah, this person seems like they've got a bone to pick. Okay. Now, again, why is this coming out in 2025? Okay, anyway. So a statement from Mika, Ava's ex-lover. No, I know that Ava's pun. Yeah. I dated for almost 3 years. It was going well for a couple months, and then COVID hit, and we were pulled apart. When was this? We dated for almost 3 years. It was going well for a couple months, but then COVID hit, and we were pulled apart. COVID? Is this when they were 14? 13, 14? Okay. Despite that, I expected us to communicate still, but she just started to pull away. Even after COVID, we were still able to see each other. Again, she'd only asked to come to my place, and I always knew it'd end in sex. Of course, consensually. Okay, I was not by her though. I would say maybe emotionally. Maybe emotionally. Oh my god. Okay. At 14, bro. Are we really gonna... I mean, maybe this is pointing out a pattern. Oh my god. Okay. I wasn't by her, though I would say maybe emotionally. I'll get to that in a bit. There were times I'd insistently keep saying no, because all I wanted was to cuddle or spend time with her, but she'd just keep asking and asking until I said yes. Coerced consent. We do not like coerced consent. Okay. She'd fall asleep right after while I had to stay awake. I feel like she would just use me for my body. She was never there for me emotionally. There were plenty of times where she wouldn't text me for months, the longest being 2, not during COVID. There was a lot of guilt tripping and manipulation involved in our relationship. For example, there was a night where I tried to confront her about the problems in our relationship, and she told me something along the lines of, "Thanks a lot, Mika. Now my dad's gonna beat me because I slept late." What? And being in that relationship with her just made me so depressed. Her toxic tendencies reach even towards video games. It's nothing sacred to this bitch. Not even video games. Oh my god. It's nothing sacred. Aren't these like 15-year-olds? It sounds like they're 14. If this is before like the previous relationship. There's a lot of guilt tripping and manipulation involved in our relationship. My dad's gonna beat me because I slept late. And being in that relationship with her just made me so depressed. Her toxic tendencies reach even towards video games. We were having a LAN duo Valcomp game. I'm guessing that's Valorant Competitive. And I brought a gun for this random. She shut off the entire PC and yelled at me. I bought a gun for this random. I'm guessing it's like CSGO, where you like can buy guns for each other. I'm guessing it's like in the game. It's not like an in-store purchase, right? I'm guessing. Okay. Bum. She dropped a gun in the game. Okay. She shut off the entire PC and yelled at me. That sounds like something a 14-year-old would do, yeah? I took my leave then, but there wasn't much I could do as she was in my house. The list goes on, her toxic behavior, but the bottom line of this message was to let you know that you're not alone. She made me feel like less of a person and more just a body, and I empathize with you. I hope you're able to heal from the trauma she put you through. She really is a vile human being. Sorry if things were all over the place. I'm just spitballing while working, haha. But I wanted to reach out to support you. Being toyed with and mistreated was a hard time to get through. So this is somebody talking about something that they experienced with this person at 14. And the bit that makes me a little bit kind of like, I'm giving it a pinch of salt during this is they're using a lot of the same language used for my body. You know, talking about she maybe emotionally she abused me at 14. I mean, I'm just going to ignore this, frankly, other than this person seems to have severe, like, emotional issues. And this seems, like, consistent for them. But this was written after the other one. Yes. So this is reaching out to them after the first one was written. And who is this person? Did they date them? Who the fuck? I don't know. Just going to ignore this, or at the very least, take it with a very, very heavy pinch of salt. Screenshots between her and Ava. More statements about how she felt and what she thinks about the situation, and some proof Ava might have been cheating on someone she was talking to romantically with at the time. At the time when they were 14. Bro. 14! Okay. So, this is leading up to 2023. Okay, nice. Okay. But still. Ugh. Okay. We can try again if you want, but this is the last time. I watched all of Wednesday, and it made my life so much worse because I'm just so sad now. Same thing when I played Amori. Didn't leave bed for a week after. What? I'm just so sad now. Same thing when I played Amori, presumably a character in Valorant. I didn't leave bed for a week after. I was just too depressed. Can I help then? There is no saving me. How are you going to say you want things to be different, but then say this? You seem mad. You can leave me if you want. I want to keep talking to you. That's not it. I just want to know where our relationship stands. That's for you to decide. I'm not going to force you into a relationship. You know where I stand. I'm willing to give our relationship another shot, but if I get my heart broken again, there isn't going to be any more shots. So make feckle choice. Make feckle choice, Mika! Jesus Christ, I didn't realize my fucking setup was that temperamental. Okay, I'm guessing it's... Make the choice, Mika. I'm guessing that's what she's saying, okay? So, if our things will change, then yes, I'm ready for a relationship. Okay? I need you to make the choice. I can't make that decision once I can make that decision once I know if things will be different or not. Will things be different? So it's a no. Just say yes or no, I don't care. If you say no, I won't ignore you. So please, just tell me quickly so I can go to bed. I care because it's a relationship. I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want the same things happening. So I'm asking you if things will be different. Okay, sorry for annoying you. So this is when they were 16. It sounds like. But you don't wish to date me. Or you don't want to date me. I want to date you. It just feels like you're leading me on. Well, that is not my intention. I'm sorry if it came across like that. I thought we were going to be together in the future and that you were waiting for the right time when you've recovered. Because that's literally what we talked about one night on Instagram when you were in the US. So, I thought that Wednesday, I thought that we'd be together again someday. So I kept sending you those. But I will stop. I want to be together. I'm sorry. Sorry for annoying you. I meant I don't care if you say no, not I don't care about or relationship. So please just stop saying all this extra stuff. Yes or no, are we dating? Extra, lol. I'm trying to find out if things will be different or not. Because if it's not, I don't want to be. If it's not, I don't want to be. And if it's different, I want to be in a relationship. But it doesn't matter to you. Good night. You keep ignoring the question. Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no, so I know. No, not right now. Not until you tell me our relationship will change. Good night. I love you. Have a good life then. Goodbye. Question mark, question mark. Okay. And the date on this was... The date on this was... There wasn't a date on this. Okay, cool. So when was that? Who fucking knows? Hi, can I ask you something? Yeah, what? I have a really important tournament coming up, and I don't really have anyone to watch, and I was wondering if maybe you could watch a game or two. I'll see if I can. Thank you, Mika. I'll send you the event info, but it's at the end of the month in Brazil for 500,000K. Event info. In São Paulo. Or Sao Paulo. Yeah. Okay. So that's, okay. Though it's not much, it just shows her guilt tripping and toxic tendencies have never left. What do you mean you have, what the f is this about? Why do we give a f about this? Huh? 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 Okay. Though it's not much, it just shows her guilt tripping and toxic tendencies have never left. What do you mean you have hundreds of thousands of followers, but you reach out to me specifically and say you've no one to watch you? Huh? This is not toxic. Huh? That seemed like a friendly interaction. Yeah. Or at least kind of civil. I don't... Okay. Brick says, yeah, she was also telling a bunch of our mutual friends how she missed her ex and stuff. Probably talking about you, because she kept saying, I miss my ex, but she has a boyfriend now. Dear Lord, what is wrong with her? She begged me to come back to her at some point when I was with that boyfriend you're referencing, which was so odd. If it happened before these guys were dating. When did they date? It sounded like it was during when they were like 14, 15. That doesn't sound abnormal, no. She begged me to come back to her at some point when I was with that boyfriend you're referencing, which was so odd. Knowing that I had a boyfriend, she still did that? Yuck. I mean, it sounds like she's like a manic depressive. I don't know if it is. Like, where is your respect for me and yourself? Question mark, question mark. She was literally talking to another girl before this and had been in multiple talking stages around this time. That's not cheating if you're just talking to somebody. If you're just in the talking stage, this was sold as talking. This was sold as cheating. I'm so sorry, blank. She really is an awful human being. I still feel so much sadness and empathy for you, because especially this, hearing that hurts. Okay, so this seems like this is clipped then. There's things that were missing. Blank says, I'm so scared of everyone now. I'm so sorry, Blank. She really is an awful human being. I feel so much sadness and empathy for you, because especially this, hearing that hurts, because no one should feel that way. I really hope she faces the consequences of these things. Then she references, it's been a long time since we broke up. I don't know when things will get better, but lol. Unsolicited advice, but surrounding yourself with friends definitely helps. In my experience when we broke up, she fucked me up mentally so bad I was sent to the ER. Is there one person in this story who's mentally healthy, please? And ever since then, it was so hard to find happiness and to recover. I hope you find your peace. Okay, so... Ah. So is this person? Or is this Mika on her private? This is not explained very well. Who the fuck is this? Okay. No, it's okay, Mika. You can be here all day. Smiley face. It's okay, I'm fine with the streak continuing strong. It's 5:30. The longer you keep awake, the more I sleep. The more I sleep, the more my dad will get mad at me. Do you think I can make the streak of 4 days in a row of my dad beating me? You are 16. So fucking disgusting. Hi. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Huh? What the fuck is this? What is this? Okay. The one of her berating me in Twitter DMs. Fuck, okay. Okay, we got to explain, okay. The one of her berating me in Twitter DMs was because I was drinking recreationally with parental supervision, if I recall, that night. You are 16. So fucking disgusting. Hi. Okay. Okay, fine. Like, okay, so I had, when I was young, okay, let me tell you, when I was a young lad, okay, for whatever fucking reason, I had friends do this. Either because you're drinking, right, with your parents or whatever, and, like, they get a little bit kind of, like, jealous because you're doing adult things, and it's like, wow, that's so cool. And then they, like, you shouldn't be doing that. You're too young to be doing that, right? I don't fucking know. The first one is her old account. She used to talk to me, to only me, and interact with only me. The streak she referred to is the streak of her dad beating her. My Min Mika account, Twitter account, is also used to only talk and post and interact with her as well for context. So I posted some excerpts of how I felt during one of our many problems for her to see and acknowledge, but that's all she replied with by guilt-tripping me. Huh? Huh? Okay, okay, this is not cheating. This feels like we're throwing everything at the wall. This does not feel good. I'm not liking this. What did you say? Why not include that? That's a very good point, Kevin. It's It's a very good point. It's just completely out of context, and it's just I find it difficult to even care, frankly. There's no date on it. When the fuck did they say that? Okay. So this is screenshots from another ex-girlfriend that wants to share part of what she experienced while dating Ava. She asked to remain anonymous. This better be dated. Okay, cool. This is dated. Nice. Yeah. This is probably overdue. There's a lot of weird stuff I overlooked just because I really liked her at the time. Okay. Going into summer, she was also talking to me about how she is single, lonely, and jealous of my close friends with my other girlfriends, and how she's just focusing on herself and her work. Like summer 2024. I met her December 2023, and she started flirting with me like 5 days later. March 2024, started dating. August 2024, broke up. My friends told me she freaked out when our other friend found out we dated, even after she broke up with me, which is sus, which is so odd, which is super odd, I don't know. Okay. In the document, I read the texts and thought the part about her trying to make you jealous was just a reaction. Also felt really similar. She would joke about cheating on me and stuff like that, and yeah, I thought it was funny for a bit, then it was too much. I thought it was pretty obvious when it was actually bothering me, but she didn't stop regardless. Wait, what? I thought it was pretty obvious when it was actually bothering me. So you found it funny sometimes, then sometimes it was actually bothering you. Did she say? Did you say? Okay. She'd also get upset whenever I mentioned any of my close friends. We were watching JoJo's and literally only said that it was my other friend, a guy, liked one of the openings. Then she left VC after the episode. When I asked what was wrong, she said you can figure that out for yourself. Then another time, tonight, right after my birthday, by the way, she saw some old-ass tweets between me and this guy I used to like in April 2023, and tried breaking up with me because she was somehow jealous over that. She wanted to get a hotel downtown and stay the night with me, and I have a cousin living downtown. So I was going to have her cover for me and spend the night at her apartment. Okay? We were supposed to meet up end of August. She complained about not wanting to spend like $800 on a couple days seeing me if we weren't able to afford one night together. Made it 10k plus per month at the time, by the way. Okay. Spent 1k on Pokemon at a convention a week after breaking up. Okay. Eventually, my cousin wasn't able to cover me, and she started acting super cold and broke up with me like a week or two later. Lol. And I don't want to be TMI either, but when we were like early in the relationship, I noticed a really big shift once I sent her my body. Nudes. You sent her nudes. Once I sent her my body. Why the fuck do these people talk about, like, as if their mind is, like, totally disconnected from their physical, corporeal form? Yeah, once you sent her your tits. Once you sent her nudes, okay? We can say that. We don't have to paint things as far more dramatic and far more disgusting by using the term body instead of, like, nudes or, like, I don't know, very weird. Okay. She started acting way nicer. Okay, I mean, yeah, most people will, I guess, but... And that's the end. To see what the esports team has said. Oh, wait. This is Valorant esports, so this isn't their team. This is the esports league. Okay. On May 17th, we were made aware of the sexual assault allegations made against a competitor. Such allegations are among the most serious an individual can face, and we urge anyone with relevant information to contact law enforcement. Our competitive operations team will cooperate fully and with any legal investigation and assess whether these allegations affect the individual's future eligibility. Fair play. Not a whole lot there, I don't think. Not a whole lot there. They're basically just saying, like, we're aware. If you've got any information, contact law enforcement. We're looking into it, right? It doesn't say they've been suspended. It doesn't say that they've been, like, kind of kicked off the circuit. Why should they? Esports organizations have always, for a long time, been very, very quick to, like, cut out competitors who've got, like, weird shit going on with them. Because they don't want to, like, besmirch the competition. But, I'd be interested to hear the response to this. But frankly, there is good corroboratory evidence of what was happening, and so it seems like they were definitely pushy. The communication on both ends seems to be extremely strange. The reason for this coming out now is extremely strange. So I'm not exactly sure if I can weigh on it. Shouldn't weigh on a career at all. Unlikely to be right. The person is just manipulative. Okay. Unlikely to be right. I'm not sure about that. Okay? I'm not sure about that. I could see it being coerced, pushy, neggy, kind of coercive. I could see it being that 100%, especially with regards to the thing about, them wanting to leave their house and they're saying, no, you should stay, we should have sex. No. It depends what the story ends up being on the other side. But if they're denying it in texts when they're asked about it, and then it seems like there's a whole other host of reasons why they might have a reason to try and come out and paint this whole picture now. Because, frankly, what this reads like to me isn't somebody coming out about something that happened to them. This feels like somebody throwing everything at the wall to paint somebody as malicious as possible. They're coming up about this story about fake pregnancy to tee up for the screenshots later on. Apparently, they were trying to, like, shit talk them to a bunch of friends. The events leading up to January 3rd, there's the whole thing when they were 16 and they went to the exhibit. Yeah. Emotional neglect when they were very, very young. I mean, okay. And then, what? Concerning tweets. That's how we're going to end this out. I do feel like there's, like, definitely things to be concerned about. I could very, very easily, with the evidence we've seen so far, see this actually being by coercion. But, I'm not sure. I think it's coercive, yes, but it weighs differently than... Okay. Let's say, okay, if you agree that it's coercive, having by coercion, I mean, what do we call that, right? If you're being coerced into something, can you consent to something? Not really. Not really. Okay. Now, here is the response to the allegations, okay? So, 18 years old. This is them now. I'm aware of the allegations that were made against me and take them very seriously. However, I strongly deny any and all accusations of SA. I'm currently treating this matter with my full attention. I'm also exploring immediate legal assistance to help determine the best way for me to proceed, both in determining what I can share publicly and how to best go about clearing my name. I'll provide an update when capable. I wish I could provide evidence for the public to see immediately, but I've been asked to refrain from sharing at this time for my own safety. I actually respect the other party's privacy at this time. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I could absolutely see this being a valid allegation of... The motivations for making the document just seem like a smear job to me, though. Personally. They're just trying to hurt this person's reputation in whatever way they kind of can. Right? Very, very difficult to look through. Very, very difficult to pass. It'd be cool if all of this stuff was weighed out chronologically, but unfortunately it's not. and then the initial person who's putting forward these allegations is the victim's current girlfriend. Huh? Initially, there's no real evidence, and then they find evidence and then come forward with it a few days later. Why is this so rushed? It's difficult for me because they were both so young. That's also another thing during this. We're trying to make claims about this person's emotional abuse when they were 14. When they were 14. It's bonkers. I don't know. I think there's an argument for coercive rape, but I don't think I'm qualified to fully lean on that claim. I'm guessing when you mean qualified, you mean qualified by the evidence. I don't think there's enough evidence to fully lean on that claim. No. There's definitely troubling stuff in here. Why is it being brought forward? Is it for good reasons? I feel like it's just to trash them. And not for a whole lot else. There's definitely here, though, you know? I don't know, man. I find this really difficult to weigh in on. I could see this being troubling. I'm looking forward to seeing what the response is. The thing that I was wondering, because I saw this, in fact, before I went live, I saw that they'd said, I'm consulting with legal counsel, and I was thinking about that, because I'm not sure if that indicates what? Guilt? Defensiveness? Caginess? But this is all stuff that happened over a year ago, when they were a minor, and they are presumably partnered with an esports team. And so this is the kind of stuff that usually teams will handle. And they'll usually require you to go inform them of anything like this and to ask them for help, right? They'll usually give you legal advice to deal with this. And so I don't think it's necessarily indicative of anything guilty or of their guilt that they've gone for legal advice or gone and like been advised at this time not to say anything else. Yeah. I'm gonna say if their response isn't very good, if they can't like refute anything, or in fact don't refute anything, it's not going to be great. But again, this is interactions between like minors, right? Like teenagers. It's difficult to pass. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah. Segment over. There we are. Went through everything. All the stuff. It's nothing sacred to this. Mommy. Okay.